Nope, you're not dreaming. It's finally possible to migrate your AVD personal desktops into Windows 365 cloud PCs. No more long weekend rebuilds, no more late nights updating your images. Nerdio Manager now does it for you, and it's way easier than you think. Now there's only 3 easy prerequisites to make this work. You'll need to be on Nerdio Manager for Enterprise version 7.4 or newer. You need also to have purchased your Windows 365 licenses for your cloud PCs, and you need to create a group so that you can assign those licenses. And don't assign them just yet. Open Nerdio Manager and go to your workspace, find one of your personal hosts that you want to migrate, click the ellipse right here, and then click Migrate to Windows 365. We'll create this group, and that'll be used to manage this whole process. Then you want to select your Entra ID group that you want to assign your available Windows 365 licenses to, and then select your user. Click Next. Now select your existing provisioning policy if you have one, or just go ahead and create a new one. Give it a name and a description if you like, then pick your region and your image. Now I know since this is a migration that we're moving existing VMs into Win365, but the image is still going to be used if you were ever to do a re-image on that cloud PC. As for the network connection, you can choose your own Azure virtual networks or the Microsoft hosted network. Then you just select your region, and that's going to be also where the cloud PC gets deployed, and you have a DR region as well. On the next page, we have the user settings. Again, you can select an existing or create a new one, give it a name, and then you can check here if you want to give the users local admin rights, and here if you want to allow them to manage their own VM restores. And then you set the backup frequency and the type that you want. Click Next. Now you can run the migration right away or click here and schedule it for later. Just give that schedule a name, pick your date, pick your time zone, and then the time when you want it to kick off. Then at the bottom, we can also enable status messages. Those messages will fire at this time, and then you can add a delay on top of that to give your users who are still logged in time to read the message, finish what they're doing, and get signed out. And you can also customize the message as well. Click Next, and here you have the option to clean up the original VM. Now it's always a best practice for personal host pools that you back them up in case anything goes wrong, and that's really going to help for this section. And if you haven't turned that on yet, you'll find it here in the host pool settings under backup and recovery. So what happens here is the VM can be backed up to an Azure recovery vault, and the original VM and the disks and all that stuff will get deleted so that you no longer pay for it. Then if something goes wrong, you have until this date that you can go back and restore that VM and pull out any files that you need. And just make sure that at least one whole backup cycle runs successfully before you try the migration. Or you haven't backed them up this long, so hey, what's the difference? Just let the migration tool do the cleanup for you according to the date. Click Next, and finally, you can notify the user when the whole migration process is done. Just pick your email to send from, type in your message, and that way they should also know to refresh their Windows app so that way they can start enjoying their new cloud PC. And now that your migration is complete, what about bulk migrations or managing new cloud PCs? Well, click right over here and see how Nerdio makes that simple too.